It says it started. Let's see. I'm
It says
telling
it
you.
started.
Mi gente.
I see you. It's me. It's me. It's me. It's me. It's me. It's me, Shell, bitch.
Mi gente, welcome back to another week of the It's Me, Chelle podcast. And remember, my job is to make your road to Friday a lot easier.
All right, mi gente, welcome to another week of the It's Me, Chelle podcast. And with us today is one of the hosts of the King and I Life podcast, the one, the only, Soul Toucha The Poet.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
Hold on, let me see if I can. Yo, I got so, that's a hack. You saw that?
Let's
Thank
get
you
it.
Yes, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you taking time out,
Hey,
do what you
it's a
do.
pleasure. I mean, you gave us shout outs, you gave me shout outs, you came up on our platform. So it's, look, gotta return the favor.
Oh, no, it was such a great time. So, you guys, shameless plug here if you haven't tuned in yet. I was a guest on the King and I Life podcast. I think you have 2 of 4 out already. Is
No,
it?
they're all out already.
Oh, they
All
are.
of them out. All the audio is out. All the videos are out. So
Oh,
I think it was like 9 YouTube videos and 3 or 4 audio podcasts. So all of them are out. The last audio came out Saturday, I believe. So everything is out there. So go check it out. We had a great time. So yeah, go check it out.
damn, lit. You said 9 videos?
I chopped it up into 9 videos because I just wanted people to be like, wait, we got to see what they saying next because look, this conversation is lit. Like, yo, come on.
I love it. You had the to be continued.
Yes.
Damn, you good.
Yes.
I could barely make one video.
Look,
I'd be struggling.
once you get them templates and all that set up, it's like blah blah blah.
Damn. Well, thank you for allowing me to get all up in your business.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
me. I'm an open book. I'm an open book always. So it's a little emotional for some people. It's a little too
Mhm.
much for some people. It's a little too funny for some people.
Ooh.
I keep it real transparent because I've learned throughout my life that everyone goes through something, and a lot of people are not able to flush their systems of wait, can we curse?
You better.
I did it on purpose. A lot of people are not able to flush themselves of the bullshit that they've been through and
Yeah.
realize that, no matter what you're going through, somebody's going through worse shit and someone else is not going through half the shit that you've been through. And we all get tunnel vision to a degree and we'd be like, how can you not handle this? And it's like, how can you get away with this?
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad you put it that way because there are a lot of people that I would love to point the finger at and be
Mm.
real like, no, that's wrong. Stop.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really do like the way you put that. But we starting off strong.
Hey, we going in.
We starting off strong.
We
All right.
going in.
So you're one of 2 hosts
Yes.
of the King and I Life podcast. So Jeff, he's
Right.
the second. All right. So
Right.
my question is, we're gonna get into a little segment. All right. It's called, I want to call it the icebreaker. That's
Okay.
really what it is. It's an icebreaker just to get to know you a little better, right? So my first question is, I want you to let la gente, the tribe of the It's Me, Chelle podcast, where are you from? Let's start there. Where are you from?
Yes. Nueva York. I was born in Manhattan, Sydenham Hospital, 1973. I grew up in Harlem, Brooklyn, Bronx. I claim the Bronx, 183rd University, 2263. That corner right there, right down from Fordham Ave.
Yup.
That's me. From there, my stepfather joined the Air Force. That took me to California, Alabama, Mississippi, back to New York. PS 195, Sheep's Head Bay. Then my mother joined the army in 83, 84. That took me
Oh,
to North
wow.
Carolina, back to New York. My mother went to Germany in 85. I went to Brooklyn to stay with family.
Hmm.
Well, friends of the family that
Of
I
course.
found out later was actual family. Um, I went to Germany with my mother in I think that was 86, right before the sixth grade. I
Hmm.
said I'm not feeling this shit. So she let me come back. My family moved down here to Maryland. I did the sixth grade in Maryland. Grades wasn't too tough. My mother said you coming to Germany, so I went back to Germany, seventh grade, so I graduated high school. Um,
Wow.
After that, my mother sent me. I was a I was a New Yorker over there.
Hmm.
So my mother sent me down to Florida, Miami with family that knew me, but I didn't know them. So I did that from the end of June 91 to around September, October 91. Then I had the bright idea to reach out to my family who was in Maryland. Came back up here until I shipped off the basic training in November 91. Did active duty from 91 to 95, got off active duty retardedly, came back here to Maryland and been in Maryland since 95. That's the that's
Wow.
the shortcut of my life. There's a lot of fillers and bullshit, drama,
Yeah.
trauma, and a whole bunch in there, but that's the shortcut to my life.
Wow. So, okay. So, is it safe to say you were an army brat or a military brat? Because
Military brat, the best thing on the fucking planet. I tell you, look,
really,
I have friends that I've been friends with since uh the 80s. And when I talk to people like these days, I know a lot of people who say, well, I don't go to high school reunions because, I see these people all the time. But with us, it's like, we've come from all over the country to
yeah.
be in a foreign country where it's like us. And it was like color didn't matter. Religion didn't matter, culture
Mhm.
didn't matter. It was like we was all one. Um, so we have that diversity within us, and still to this day we have reunions and all kind of stuff like that. And it's all love, and it's great to reminisce of stories back then. And when I talk to people, who've never been out the country, you know, stateside people,
Of course.
um, to know that they don't do that is mind boggling to us. And people always envy us because it's like, damn, y'all still hang out. And it's like our graduating classes would be like, but we're pretty much under 200 students. And I've talked to people where they had like graduating classes of 1,000 people. And it's like, damn, y'all school was that big. It's like, yo, yeah. um Growing up overseas, being a military brat, getting experience, different parts of the country, different parts of the world, it's a blessing. It gives you that hunger to travel more.
Yeah.
Because, like, still to this day, I know people who've not been off their block, out their city, out their county, or out their state. So, yeah,
Yeah. Listen, and they're just so stagnant when they don't move, right? That's all they
yeah,
know.
that's
That's
all they
amazing.
know.
Is there a favorite place that you would say that you've traveled to that you either lived or would want to live or would want to visit other than Maryland right now? Is there anywhere else that you would want to just be at?
I have a desire to visit as many states as
Mm.
I can, because the one I'm a history nut. I'm not deep into history, but I like to experience new things. So it's like I've been through damn near half the states in the country, but
Wow.
I would love, love, love to go back to Germany. I've been back once after I went to Iraq. I went to Iraq from '04 to '05. My sister was in the Air Force, so I went over there when she was in Germany. I went over there for a month, but I would love to go back, just to chill. Um, it's a lot of places I've been. My favorite place as of right now is Iceland. I went there March of this year for my birthday.
I remember
Fabulous,
that. It was nice. I
fabulous.
know. I remember you did an episode. You did a live
Yes,
out
yeah,
there. It
yeah,
was so nice. Your background was so nice,
yeah.
so fancy. You're so fanciful.
Yeah, and my complexion. People's like, what the fuck you want to go to Iceland for? And it's like because it's beautiful, and people like they couldn't comprehend
Yeah.
that me as a black person, a minority, went to go to Iceland. My thing was always I don't want to go to the islands. So I've never been to any of the islands because it's like so cliche. It's like everybody goes to Bermuda, Jamaica, Barbados, and everybody goes there. So it's like I want to do something different. I don't want to do the status quo. So when I got over there and I started sending pictures and videos and doing lives and all that, people was like, "Oh wow, it's beautiful," blah blah blah, and it was asking me if it was cold there, and it was like from the time period that I was there this
Mhm.
year, it was warmer there than it was in Maryland. Like I was over there in a long sleeve shirt, just chilling, like jacket. When I came back home, it was like, yo, it's cold as shit here. Um,
It
but
was snowstorms and all that
right,
bullshit.
but don't get it twisted. Like it was cold over there. Like I went
Mhm.
to the Black Sand Beach out there. It was like in the southern part of Iceland. It was cold as shit. It looked like a beach from Game of Thrones. And actually, I went to the national park where Game of Thrones is in Iceland. But the culture's lovely over there. The people are lovely over there. Crime is like fucking like low. Police don't even carry
Minimum.
guns over there. Like um,
Really?
they don't carry guns. We would
Dang.
was talking to a guy in the bar, and he was like, the only police that carry guns is like SWAT. Other
Oh,
than that, they don't carry guns. Like the murder rate is low. It's in the top 10 least dangerous countries in the world for the last 10 years. So if you ever get the opportunity to go, I say go. It's very cheap to go. It's like if you book it right, $500, $600 for a flight round trip.
mhm.
And if you plan it out, hotel probably be like $800-900, and rent a car by like $400-500. And I was there for 5 days. But
Wow.
yeah,
And you
and
drove.
yes, I mean driving is easy over there.
Okay.
But if you research Iceland and you look up the Blue Lagoon, do that on the last fucking day.
Okay. Blue Lagoon, like what is it? Fifth Element? Was it Blue Lagoon?
It's the geothermal pool, swimming pool, and
Oh,
it's pretty much the water that comes up out the fucking ground, and the water's blue. You get in the water, and it relaxes your entire body. Like we got in there the same day I got on the flight to come back, got in there, and my body felt so relaxed and good for like 3 days after, and it was like, yo, I want to go back, like for real.
damn. And then
Yeah.
you woke up back to reality. You're like,
Back to reality. And I was like, fuck, I'm
you're like,
home. Like, yo, what the fuck?
you're like, damn, why can I
Yeah.
stay out there for another week?
Like literally, I was like, damn. And I was mad because I got COVID after I came back from there. And I was like, why couldn't I get COVID while I was there?
Right,
Just
because you
say
would have
that,
been stuck.
I'd have been like, yes,
Oh, yep. I guess I gotta chill here.
fuck it.
I
Right.
don't blame you. Oh, that's amazing. All right. So note to self, heading to Iceland
Yes.
sooner rather than later.
Yes, I promise you. Look, everybody out there listening, if you can get to Iceland, please, I promise you, you will fucking enjoy it.
Do yourself a favor,
Do
people.
yes, look, yeah,
I get out of your comfort zone
get out. Look,
and get your shit together.
it's one of the cheapest European vacations that you could ever take. Like seriously,
Oh, that's awesome. All right.
yeah.
So I see you post a lot about your army life. So are you reserve? No, are you reserves or are you active? Well, you said you aren't active duty anymore.
Right now, I'm National Guard. I've been National Guard since
Oh, okay.
'97.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Do you enjoy it? Is it the same
the same as what?
as like active duty?
Fuck no.
No.
So here's the thing. I tell everybody, I don't care if you're of age to serve. If you
Mm,
decide to serve, I say go active duty at least. Well, right now these days they're doing 2 year enlistments.
okay.
So if you are of age and you don't know what the hell you're going to do in life, or you have a life altering event and you
Mm,
are of age and can serve, I say go give it 2 years. The best thing that'll come out of it is you'll get a guaranteed paycheck
mm,
every day. You'll get guaranteed medical benefits and all that every day. Um, and you'll get guaranteed job experience. You know, I came up in a time where people would say the military is no place for a black man, and they used to say the same thing about corporate America is no place for a black man
Mm-hmm.
or minority, whatever. So my question, my rebuttal to that is, where is a place for a
Thank
black
you.
person or minority in America?
Right.
And you know, people, they give you this dumbfounded look and dumbfounded response, and it's like, you know, this is the land of opportunity, regardless of what the hell is going on. So I say, especially to the young kids, if you don't have a plan, like I did not have a plan. My mother sent me to Miami to family that I didn't know but knew me, telling her I was going to college, and
Right.
and I had nothing. I walked miles, like, you know, when your parents said I used to walk miles is to school and this, that, and the other. I
Mm-hmm.
literally walked miles trying to find a job until one day I saw the recruiter over there, and I was like, tomorrow I'm going over there. I was going to go to the Air Force. The Army recruiter came out, hey, nah, you come over here. But I say all that to say, if you do not have a plan and you're thinking about the military,
Mm.
do not do National Guard or Reserve off the bat. Go active duty 2 4 years or whatever. Get your head straight, get your life together, get a plan, and after those 2 or 4 years, decide if you want to do more, decide if you want to get out. But by that time, you have the opportunity to go to college, because like me, I had no college money. I had no college plan.
Right.
You go into the to active duty. I think they still do the same. 12 months, they take a certain amount of money out of your check, and you
Mm-hmm.
get 3 years of college paid
Wow.
for. And then after that, you know, if you join the reserve or the guard, depending on what state you in, like Maryland, whatever Maryland school I go to, I
Mm-hmm.
get 50% tuition off off the break. 50 half my tuition is paid for
Mm-hmm.
because I'm in the Maryland National Guard. Then they have state tuition reimbursement, take state tuition assistance, and combine that with GI Bill. You're going to school for
For
free,
free.
and you can get a check. So just keep that in mind when people say, "Oh, you know, you're doing a white man's this, white man's that," and it's like, look, if you have enough common sense, you take that test and you get a high enough score, you can go into being a band. You can go in and you know play with computers and this, that, and other. People
Yeah.
think the military, they think infantry, they think front line. It's like you
Right.
have to have the common sense to say, hey, I have a plan and this is my plan. If you're good on computers, go for computers. If you're good at
Yeah.
playing an instrument, go for the band. If you want to be a medical tech, veterinarian, go for that. If you are into content creation, go for that. You could be a broadcaster. It's so many things that you can do. And don't think about, oh, I'm not going to fight a white man's war, because, hey, at this point, we're all American citizens, so it's our war.
Exactly. No, I really appreciate you saying that because, so interestingly enough, long time ago, I want to say more than 6 years ago, maybe more than 10 years ago.
Mhm.
Yeah. I took my ASVAB
Right.
because I was like, and I already had both my children. I was like, you know what? I'm going to just see what's going to happen because
Mhm.
I really did, or I still do enjoy medicine. It's not my greatest passion and everything happens for a reason. That's what I
Right.
always say. Not my greatest passion anymore. But I went in and I took my ASVAB, and I always think about like the top, because like once you take the test, because it's not really pass or fail, and that's a
Right.
lot of things. People are always like, no, because you got to pass. No, you just
Mm-mm.
study for exactly what it is you want to do, and you score
Exactly.
high enough for that
You
technical. You
and
score high enough, and then boom, there you go. That's what you
yeah,
get. That's your, what is it, MOS, right?
right.
So that's what you get. So I was like, I'm just gonna take the test and see what I get. I'm a jack of all trades. When I got
Mhm.
that back, I did it for the Coast Guard.
Mhm.
That was my
I recommend the Coast Guard of all branches.
yeah, that was my recruiter. He was from the Coast Guard, and he was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, like he was just telling me, I'm going to fight for you to stay in New York because why not? You can." I'm like,
Right.
"Listen, I don't mind traveling." He's like, "No, but it'll just be easier for you." Okay, fine.
Mhm.
So I take the test, and one of them was military police,
Mhm.
which I was like, I already knew I was going to get MP.
Right.
One of them was like, what was it? I think it was like chaplain,
Mhm.
and I was like, I don't have time to, like, nobody come to confess shit to me. I was like, y'all
Oh wow.
do you know who I am? Y'all can't come
Right. I'm
confess
a
shit.
whole heathen out here.
I'm going to judge you hard. I was
Oh
like,
man.
please don't. And then the other one was med tech.
Mhm.
And I never went through with it because life happened and
Mhm.
I really needed to like buckle down and keep working because of my son. So I
Right.
said, all right, you know what? I kept putting it off because, once you take your ASVAB, it's good for like a year or two, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken, like it just doesn't expire.
Right.
And then I just said, everything happens for a reason because I couldn't do it. Like life just became so hectic. Whereas
Mhm.
like I have to be there for my kids right now. I can't really think about myself
Mhm.
within trying to like go to the military or anything like that. So I just said, let me just sit back, let me hold off.
Right.
And I mean, it was for the greater good, but it was something that I did do. So I completely understand when you're like, no, just take the test. And also there was no talk of war. Like
Right.
that's not the first thing they threw at me when they were like, these are the benefits you can get.
Mhm.
This doesn't mean that you're gonna go to war. This doesn't mean you have to do a tour in Iraq. Like we might not even
Right.
need you. Like it was really plain and simple. That's how it was. So yeah,
Yeah.
guys, nothing wrong with it. You're
There's
not
nothing
gonna
wrong with it. I mean, at worst, at worst, at the worst, you're not going to do good on the test, and your
yeah,
options are going to be limited. That's
yep,
at worst. But at best, if you do good on the test, your options are going to be open. And the greater thing about now is you have the tools to see what score you need to get whatever MOS or job that you think about wanting.
yeah,
Um, and that lightens the load a lot. And plus, if you talk to people who are open-minded to your ambitions of going into the military, they're not going to stunt you in your ambitions. But again, the greatest thing is you go do a couple years and you got college money.
yeah,
A lot of us in our communities don't have that. You get job experience. A lot of us in our communities don't have that. Like when I first was looking for a job, a high school diploma was good enough,
yeah,
or an associate's degree was good enough. Now it's like you have to have either a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, or some type of certification or something to get a basic job. And you know, looking for job experience, it's like, how do I get this job experience if I don't do this, that, and the other? So I
hmm,
mean, it's crazy. And for me, I'm a chemical operations specialist. So, the good thing about that is doors are open everywhere for a lot of opportunities that I could want out there in the world.
right. That's amazing. You're so awesome.
I try my
Just
best. I try my
no,
best.
no, no. You don't try. You succeed. Okay, my friend. All right. So I don't know if you remember a while back. I had made like this reel about people always calling me Melissa.
I don't remember that one.
You remember? Well, there was this reel on Instagram, and I remember I think I was like in a coffee shop, and they asked me for my name, and it wasn't even a Starbucks, which made it even worse.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep, and they were like, "Melissa," and mind you, I was wearing like my "It's Me Shell" podcast shirt.
Uh-huh.
Like, I was intense. I was out here in these streets.
Right.
And I said, okay, thanks, because I never correct people when they call me Melissa.
Hmm.
So I said I wanted to start a new series and it was going to be called like, Why Do People Call Me Melissa? And you said, and I quote, oh, let me see, because I even wrote it down. I said, I'm down. They call me different names around the world or
Right.
something like that. Because, I'm Dominican. I'd be ad-libbing. I'd be just,
Hmm.
and I said, okay, fine. We're going to do this. So I would love to showcase that now. And it's
Okay.
called Are You My Name? And I don't know if you remember, Are You My Mother? That book. Are You My Mother? The little birdie. It was like
Vaguely.
a
Yeah,
PD.
yeah,
It was
vaguely.
a bird who was born and his mom was just like looking for food and he fell off the tree and he was just like, Are you my mother to everyone?
Right. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So that's kind of like the play off of that because it's like, Are you my name?
Right.
So I just want you to tell me, Soul Toucha, the names that they've called you around the world, and you've been all over the place. So I can just imagine. All right. And I'm going to give you 30 seconds. And listen, by all means, 30 seconds means nothing. It could be 1 second, it could be 5 seconds. You can go past 30
Uh,
seconds. I just figured it would be cute to give
wow.
you a timer because I just like to put people on the spot one now. So, you ready?
The accent was lit. Go ahead. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh, wait till a little bit later.
Okay. Damn it, Laco Mai, I love you.
I see you. It's me. 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 Shell.